Well, it's time to do another crime update because there's a lot of crime going on. But of course, if you're in the enclave on the South Shore, what crime? You're going to be living it up, having a great time, enjoying a great quality of life, while the rest of us suffer with all these problems. So let's get to it here. Channel 12, obviously, not covering much crime except for this police-involved shooting in Copiague. All right, because it happened in Copiague, and of course on the South Shore, and it's all about the South Shore
by Suffolk
on
Police.
Channel 12 South Shore. Of course, they get 1 minute and 51 seconds.
Amity Harbor is La La Land. It's really quiet. That's why it was so shocking.
Shocking is one way people described a police-involved shooting in the quiet Amity Harbor section of Copiague on Saturday afternoon.
I look out my window, there's about 15 cop cars.
Cheryl and Richard Porter live on Buchanan Avenue where the shots
were fired.
these
people,
Suffolk Police Homicide
crime
Squad
happens,
detectives
stop
are
the presses
investigating
for
the
them.
shooting.
Well, we're not going to stop the presses. We're going to talk about what's going on in the middle of the island here. We're not stopping the presses for them, all right? Because it's very interesting that when you look on their website and they talk about the Hicksville guy, all right? The new normal. They have the new normal on here, believe it or not. They still have that crap going on. Let's see if they have this Hicksville. I don't even see it here. They don't even have it on the website. Are you freaking kidding me? They don't even have it on the website. Unbelievable. They do. Shameful. Absolutely shameful. No, here it is. Here it is. This they didn't cover. This guy broke into some woman's home, and they don't even send a reporter.
Allegedly walked into an
they don't even send a reporter.
After 9 last night.
This is what we have to deal with in the middle of the island, but they don't care.
Grabbed the woman inside and started touching her. They say when the 42-year-old victim told
they don't send a reporter. They don't even
leave,
send a cameraman. Absolutely disgraceful. So let's talk about it. I'm going to read the story from Daily Voice because obviously, you know, what a joke. So this Hicksville man broke into a woman's home, forcibly touches a woman. Very scary. You're in your own house, and all of a sudden this man appears. All right, Long Island man appears, was arrested for allegedly breaking into a home and inappropriately grabbing and touching a woman inside. The incident took place 9 p.m. Sunday, March 20th, at a home on East Street in Hicksville. According to detectives, Carlos Villeda, age 58 of Hicksville, illegally entered the residence of a 42-year-old woman. Once inside the home, Villeda began inappropriately grabbing and forcibly touching the woman. The woman told Villeda to leave, at which time he headed for the front door and left. The woman immediately called police. Following an investigation, Villeda was located in front of a nearby Park Avenue residence and was placed into custody with that incident. He was charged with burglary and forcible touching. He will be arraigned Monday, March 21st in Hempstead, and I wonder if he was let out. But this is the crap that we've got to deal with in the middle of the island, folks. All those people in lily white, preppy little towns in the South Shore, they don't have to deal with this stuff. All right? We're the ones that have to deal with this crap in our communities. We're tired of it, man. We are tired of it. Another crime going on in the middle of the island. Man robbed while working at a Carle Place store. The AT&T store located at 239 Old Country Road in Carle Place. An investigation is underway after a man robbed an employee of a Long Island store. The robbery happened at the AT&T store located at 239 Old Country Road in Carle Place. Broad daylight, 12:30 p.m. on Sunday, March 20th, according to the Nassau County Police Department. Police said a man approached a 22-year-old man who works at the store and grabbed his bag. The suspect then left the store with the victim's bag. The victim followed the man outside, and the man pushed the victim to the ground. The suspect then fled the scene in an Audi A6. Where did they get an Audi A6? Probably stole that, too, which traveled west on Old Country Road. The victim declined medical treatment at the scene. The suspect is being described as a black man who is 6 foot 2 inches and 170 pounds. He was last seen wearing a blue mask, black hat, black jacket, red sweatpants, and gray sneakers. Authorities asked anyone with information about the robbery to call Nassau County Crime Stoppers. All right. Channel 12 doesn't care about that. Oh, we got another one. Roosevelt man charged. See all the lovely stuff you get to deal with in the middle of the island that all you preppy people on the South Shore get to avoid for the most part? Roosevelt man charged with attempted murder after botched burglary. A Long Island man is facing a host of charges, including attempted murder after a domestic dispute turned physical, and his plan to fire a gun at two men backfired. In Nassau County, Police officers responded to a Roosevelt residence shortly before 10:45 p.m. on Sunday, March 20th, where there was a report of a disturbance involving a 56-year-old man living in the building. Police said during the dispute, Roosevelt resident Calvin Badger, age 52, became physical with the 56-year-old resident, ultimately taking out a black handgun, pointing it at his victim, and pulling the trigger. The gun did not fire when Badger pulled the trigger. When the gun backfired, so News 12 doesn't even cover this. All right, this is a shooting. The gun missed. The gun did not go off, and yet Channel 12 doesn't cover it. Oh, because it happened in Roosevelt. They don't care. But if it happens in Lily White, Copeg on the or whatever the South at Copeg. Oh, stop the presses. Those people need to be safe. But what about the rest of us? Us people of color. We don't count. We don't count. No, it's only the white people that count. I'm tired of this crap. When the gun backfired, a 35-year-old tenant heard the dispute and attempted to intervene, police said, at which Badger pointed the gun at him and attempted to shoot, and the gun did not fire the second time when Badger pulled the trigger, they noted. So this guy had an intent to shoot someone, and Channel 12 doesn't even cover it. After the gun unbelievable. After the gun failed twice during the dispute, it is alleged that Badger proceeded to flee on foot before he was tracked down in the area of the disturbance. This is what we have to deal with in the middle of the island. This is what people of color on Long Island have to deal with. And Channel 12 does not care. While interviewing him, they observed the butt of a handgun in his waistband, which he threw into a nearby storm drain when officers approached. According to police, officers were able to take Badger into custody with that incident, and the loaded handgun was recovered from the storm drain. So he's charged with first-degree burglary, attempted murder, 2 counts of first-degree attempted assault, 2 counts of second-degree criminal possession of a weapon, criminal use of a firearm, criminal possession of stolen property, first-degree criminal contempt, second-degree criminal contempt, tampering with physical evidence, 2 counts of menacing, and 7th-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance. Badger was scheduled to be arraigned, and hopefully, with all those things, hopefully he was not released. Hopefully he was not released. Hopefully he was not released. Here's another story Channel 12 didn't cover. A fire breaks out at the Riverhead Home Depot. And there's actually no pictures on here, so let's just go to Riverhead Local because the story absolutely sucks. Let's go here because they have some pictures. Riverhead firefighters stop fire at Home Depot. Look at that. How could Channel 12 not cover that? Well, it didn't happen in the enclave, so Riverhead firefighters made a quick stop of a working fire at the Home Depot store on Route 58 this afternoon. A report of a structure fire at the Riverhead Center Home Improvement Store came in at 12:30 p.m. The fire started outside the building at the front of the store. Riverhead Fire Department spokesman Bill Senuk said at the scene, it consumed lawn chairs stacked up outside the building against the front wall and spread to the exterior wall. The fire scorched the front wall in the area around the main entrance, causing extensive damage to the facade. There were no reports of injuries. Riverhead Police, Riverhead Fire Department, Riverhead Volunteer Ambulance Corps responded. Riverhead Police Detectives and the Riverhead Fire Marshal's Office and Suffolk County Police Department Arson Squad are investigating at this time. The investigation is ongoing, but it appears to be non-criminal in nature. So there you go. Look at that. So it didn't spread into the store, but man, it did damage the facade. They're gonna have a lot of repair work to do there, for sure. But it's just another example of what you deal with here in the middle of the island. All the stuff that we get to deal with, the fires, the problems, all of this is, meanwhile, the rest of us, Channel 12 just doesn't care. Does not care. Oh, fatal 24-year-old killed in a 2-vehicle Long Island crash. This happened 11 a.m. Monday, March 21st in Wyandanch. So two vehicles collided and it was fatal. Channel 12 does not care. Matthew J. Gravalski, age 24 of Lindenhurst, was riding a 1985 Honda motorcycle eastbound on Long Avenue when he collided with a 2006 Ford pickup truck being driven by a 52-year-old Wyandanch woman who was attempting to make a left turn from Lake Drive onto westbound Long Island Avenue. Grinvalski was pronounced dead at the scene by a physician's assistant from the Office of the Suffolk County Medical Examiner. The woman driving the pickup truck was not injured. So not a hit and run, but it's just some of this. And then, what's this? Horse pulled from a pool. Oh my gosh, Channel 12 didn't cover this either. Horse pulled from a pool at Long Island. It's not really a crime, so I'm not going to cover it, but I thought that would be right up Channel 12's alley. They like covering stuff like that. All right. This is another one that Channel 12 barely covered. A woman accused of DWI with a 4-month-old passenger crashing on the LAE. So a 20-year-old woman was arrested after police said she drove on the Long Island Expressway while impaired and crashed an SUV carrying her 4-month-old daughter. The Suffolk County Police Department said the crash happened near exit 53 in Brentwood at 3 p.m. on Sunday, March 20th. So again, middle of the island. Channel 12 isn't going to care. Rachel Meyer of Huntington Station was driving a 2009 Subaru Forester west on the highway when she lost control of the vehicle and crashed into the median. Highway patrol officers found Meyer unconscious in the Subaru and determined that she was under the influence of drugs. Her daughter was in a car seat in the back of the Subaru. Police said Meyer and her daughter were taken to the hospital where they were evaluated and released. So they just released Meyer after driving drunk and putting a kid. She's charged with aggravated driving while intoxicated with a child passenger 15 years or younger, illegal injuries law, and endangering the welfare of a child. The baby was released to a family member. Meyer was scheduled to be arraigned on Monday, March 21st. So just some of what's going on here. Here's something that happened too on the South Shore. Freeport man, and it just goes to show you that, they avoid most of the crime, but not all of it. Freeport man arrested after injuring Nassau County officer. 26-year-old Long Island man was charged after authorities said he injured a police officer who was trying to stop a fight. So Jerry Velasquez of Freeport was arrested following an incident in Wantaw at 12:10 a.m. on Sunday, March 20th. NCPD said officers responded to a report of a disturbance on Sunrise Highway near the intersection of Beach Street and found two men fighting. Velasquez ignored commands from officers to stop fighting, and officers sustained a shoulder injury while attempting to stop him. They used an electronic control device to stop Velasquez and arrest him. The injured officer and Velasquez were hospitalized for assessment and treatment. Velasquez is charged with second-degree assault, second-degree obstructing governmental administration, and disorderly conduct violation. And I bet he was let out when he was arraigned on Sunday, March 20th. All right. So let's talk about the bail reform for a little bit here, because there's some news with that. And Hochul says that she has New York Post is saying that she has a 10-point plan to fix bail reform, and she actually stole this from Tom Suozzi. Yeah, she stole this from Tom Suozzi. Governor Hochul confirmed, at least she's bowing to the pressure, 10-point plan to change the bail reforms, indicating memo was presented to top state lawmakers as her stance on a slew of criminal justice-related matters. She's still holding COVID-19 related press conferences. She's like the only governor that's still doing this. Unbelievable. It was presented as a position to our leadership, so it doesn't matter how it got out. Hochul is since the Post, but she stole it from Tom Suozzi. All right, she stole it from Tom Suozzi. All right. And so let's talk about the 10-point plan here. It doesn't really have to actually go to this link right here and get to this. So this is the 10-point plan. All right. It would include a measure that would give judges more discretion to order bail and detain criminal defendants for a host of additional crimes based on their criminal history, including repeat offenders. And again, New York's the only state where the judges cannot look at somebody's past criminal history and hold them based on that. So for offenses that are not currently subject to arrest, police will have the ability, though not the requirement, to deny a desk appearance ticket and arrest an individual who has previously received a desk appearance tickets within 18 months. All right. And, this obviously we know about the guy who, the subway, the guy who would attack somebody with his own poop and got out. All right. Yet the crime is continuing to get worse because here's the thing about. So again, she stole this from Tom Suozzi. All right. If we actually go and we look at Suozzi, Hochul, crime, you should see that. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it. I do have something from the Queen's Chronicle, but she stole it from Tom Suozzi. Tom Suozzi Kathy Hochul continues to react, not lead, he said in a press conference. There's so much violence and death, she finally woke up to the crime crisis. And he said the proposals were copied and pasted from his own 15-point crime plan. So she's stealing stuff and trying to take credit for it, which is unbelievable. So this is the 10-point plan here. Well, this is a 10-point plan, not a 15-point plan. She still stole stuff. So for the most serious felonies, allow bail determinations to be informed by factors including criminal history and history of firearm use and possession. Judges will be allowed to set bail not based solely on the least restrictive conditions. Make repeat offenses subject to arrest and bail eligible. Make certain gun-related offenses, hate crime offenses, and subway crime offenses subject to arrest and not desk appearance tickets. Certain offenses which presently are subject to desk appearance tickets will only be made eligible for arrest. Make certain gun-related. Again, the gun. What about if somebody's using a knife or just attacks somebody with a fist? It's still bodily harm. Make it easier to prosecute gun trafficking, targeted reforms of the discovery statute, targeted reforms of the raise the age statute, increase funding for pretrial diversion and employment programs. So again, you got to remember something with this woman, all right? Hochul just closed prisons, all right? She just closed 6 prisons, all right? She's closing 6 prisons. Oh, here we go again. I got to do this. I got to unblock the ads because they want to be a pain about it. I got to turn this off and reload the page, and hopefully we can read it. New York is closing 6 prisons on Thursday. So correctional facilities in Rochester, Fishkill, and Southport are among 6 New York prisons shuttering Thursday amid diminishing prison population and the implementation of key reforms. So, again, they're being let out. They're being put in our communities while a certain demographic gets to sit pretty. It's just another classic example. With all this crime going on, we shouldn't be closing prisons. We need more people in those prisons. There's too many people out there. I saw at least 10 people today get on the bus. It looked like up to no freaking good. 10 people that should have been sitting in jail. Instead, they're harassing the bus driver. This is what we got to deal. And let's take a look and see what crime we have going on in New York City before I wrap this up. So let's take a look and see. Car doing donuts, that happened. There's not a whole lot on the crime here in the city, and I know there was a ton of crime in the city today. I know it. Let me go to New York Post. Because that's, I don't know, these city stations, they want to gear to a certain demographic too, it seems lately. Oh, come on. Where is the crime? Really, I know there's crime going on in the city. Where is it? More fires set in Central Park West after arson strike. All right? She's upset because of a COVID. We've got to move past this. All right? Hot coffee attack. I could just put NYC crime in here. All right? Just to give you an example of just some of the crime going on in the city. All right? Girl 9 punched. Oh, here we go. Another one. Girl 9 punched in the. All right. Now it doesn't want to let it read. New York Times. See, punched an unprovoked attack. All right. 2 shot, 2 stabbed in bloody afternoon Brooklyn crimes spree. All right. So it's just another example. Sunday afternoon. 3 separate crimes in the city. It's just a classic example of what's going on in the city. Some people getting assaulted in the subway. Bus drivers getting assaulted. It keeps getting worse. It keeps getting worse. We need the National Guard in here. We need to round these criminals up. Don't close the jails. Open more jails and put these people in there. All right? We all need to be safe. But no, Hochul and all of them, they just want to use this crime to drive us out, price us out. The only safe place will be only for these lily white preppies that you see right here. They're the only ones that are going to get to be safe. And the rest of us are going to have to deal with all the problems. All right? No, this is war. We are ready to fight to get these criminals back behind bars. This is how they're forcing us out of New York. And I'm not going to take it anymore. And neither should you. This crap has to end. They get to live it up while we suffer. No, everybody should be able to live it up. Everybody should have a safe community. Everybody should be able to feel safe walking down the street. Not just these people. Not just these people. Not just these people get the M9s and clean. All of us should get this stuff. All of us. Doesn't matter what color your skin is. Doesn't matter how much money you make. Doesn't matter what town you live in. We all deserve to be safe. We all deserve to have thriving towns and clean train stations and not have to worry about these damn criminals. That's the end of this rant. Thank you for watching. I had a rant about it. Sorry. Have a good night.